grab your computer, grab your phone. It's time to do some Christmas shopping. Okay guys, welcome to the workshop, and yes, we're in that time of year where it is time to start doing some of that Christmas shopping. And if you have a woodworker in your life, you might be wondering, what can I get them? So in this video, I wanted to share with you 10 items in my shop I use all the time that I think are excellent gift ideas. But first, let's go ahead and take this hat off. Jumping right into it, we're going to go from basically the lowest price up to maybe the highest price, and the highest price is 60 bucks. So the first thing that I'm going to put on my list for your woodworker friend is a staple in every single workshop: sandpaper. Every shop you need sandpaper. You need different grits for different purposes, for finishing, for rough finishing too. Sandpaper is a must, and if you follow all the links down below in the description, you could click right to an Amazon link, buy it, put it in your cart. In fact, all of this is actually listed in a shopping list that you could click and get everything in that list. Sandpaper is a must. Next up in the list, going up from the cheapest to the highest, is Carpenter Square. These come in extreme handy if you're trying to cut something to make sure that you've got a nice angle. If you're trying to cross cut a piece of wood with a circular saw, you can use a trick and use this. It also helps you to mark things out. It's got tons of different angles. It's got little guides. Any Carpenter Square will do. The next item in my list of things that I would recommend to you is what is called the glue bot. Now, there's kind of mixed reviews about them, but I still find them to be very useful. If you fill it all the way up with glue, tighten the cap down, you will always have glue that siphons up out of the end right to your board. You don't have to worry about trying to get glue to come out and turn a bottle upside down and try to get glue out. These are tremendous. I've gone through a couple of these, and I've given a few away in the past. They are phenomenal. So next up in the list are spring clamps. Now, I don't usually use spring clamps a whole lot in the shop, and in most of my videos you won't see me using them, but I do use them a lot off camera and in the house, whether I've got to clamp something really quickly, maybe clamping to pieces of paper or cardboard or curtains or drop cloths or something that I'm trying to keep together that's maybe not really wood all the time, but you can use these for edge banding, holding them on. You can temporarily hold small pieces of wood. They do come in different sizes. These are medium size. There are sizes that are much larger, but I definitely would recommend, and these are really inexpensive, getting some spring clamps. Along with the glue bot, another thing I like to use are these little silicone brushes. And what is so good about these is that you put your glue on it using the glue bot, then you use these brushes to spread the glue out and let that harden up and dry. And because it's a silicone, the glue does not adhere to this, and you can actually peel it off really easy and continue to use these. I've had these for about 5 years, just recently bought a new one, and this is the one that actually is in the description and the links down below. Phenomenal, really good to have. So next up in the list is something that can vary from $1 at a dollar store all the way up to really expensive, but I have really liked this particular brand tape measure. It's been very sturdy. It's never ripped, never had any problems with it, and I have had this in the shop for probably a good 10 years, and I love it. But you can never go wrong with a good tape measure. If you're doing anything, you're gonna have to measure something, and so getting a good tape measure is a definite good thing to have. Real easy to throw in a stocking if you do the stocking stuffer stuff. Super easy to do stockings with these, your silicone brushes, even spring clamps you can do. So coming in at number 7, and this is where we start to get a little bit of more of the pricier things, which pricier still under 60 bucks, is the mini Craig Jig. I actually just did a review video on that. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out. And this comes in very handy, especially if you're not planning on doing a whole lot of pocket holes. Maybe you just need to do a little bit on a small project. You don't want to buy the real expensive one. You can pick up one of these. It comes with your guide, comes with your drill bit, and then also a couple little things to help set it up. But it's super easy to use for any application you want to put a pocket hole in a piece of wood with. So next up is something that is also a big staple in the shop, and prices can vary a lot. So I went with one on Amazon that I felt was a really good, reasonable price for a set of 4 of them. But essentially what you're going to look at are probably don't even really need to say it, but your traditional clamps. You can never have enough clamps. I'm sorry, you just can never have enough clamps. All right, so you've got glue, you've got ways to mark your stuff, you've got ways to measure it. Now you need ways to cut it. I think a pull saw is one of the greatest things you can have, and especially one that has two different teeth on on either side. You've got one for cross cut, one for rip cut, and you can do this. This is so easy to use, and a pull saw is actually a very handy thing to have. So at the tippy top of the list is probably one of the most used things in a workshop, and it is a cordless drill. Now, you may not recognize this box, but this brand is a brand that I just did a review on. It is a really good drill for the price. It comes in at 60 bucks, and if you're doing an Amazon thing, most likely you can get some free shipping. So it's a really good drill. I really like it a lot, and I can't say it enough. It's probably one of the cheapest tools that I've ever owned. It honestly really seems to be very sturdily built. So if you've got some woodworker in your life looking for a drill, 60 bucks, you get this, 2 batteries, case, and you even get some drill bits and chucks. So really good thing to have handy, laying around, ready to go when you need it. So guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope that if you are in the Christmas mood and you're trying to shop for some woodworker in your life, I hope something in this video helped you out. And like I said, I've got all the links down in the description of this video to every item I mentioned in this list. There's also going to be a list on Amazon that you could click and view all of it. And if while you're at Amazon, I do have other lists on there too. So check out my storefront, which also is linked down below. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you have a very Merry Christmas, and we will see you next time right here in the workshop.